Baxter, do you think that when we die, that our souls and the souls of the human race, they get trapped in light bulbs and in some cases streetlights?
Well, yeah.
What about the light bulbs that eventually burn out or get broken?
Well, I guess they go to hell.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
What did you just do?
The lights are out in my office, Baxter.
You are a very troubled man, Pastor J.
Hey folks, Pastor J here from Know the Truth Ministries. Welcome to our show, The Chirstian Experience, or, as I like to call it, my live call-in radio show where through phone magic and this technology we call the internet, I can answer all of your prayers and any other questions that you may or may not have. Our goal here is to serve you so that you may find justification in sending us money, dick pics, and opinions we did not ask for. We are coming to you sort of live from a large yet humble trailer park in China Lake, California, which is located just outside of Death Valley. The local time is just a few minutes past midnight, and Baxter looks like a doe in a field of dandelions prancing about, completely oblivious to the mountain lion watching her.
Her?
I said doe, didn't I?
What's a doe?
It's a deer. A female deer. Don't you hunt, Baxter?
Yeah, but not for doe.
Then what do you hunt?
Tight wet pussies, man.
Alrighty then, how are you doing tonight, Baxter?
All the pussy I can find.
Shut the fuck up.
Pussy.
I'm trying to make this a family show, but I guess I can't now. I bet that makes you feel good, doesn't it?
Pussy makes me feel good.
You done?
Yep. How are you doing tonight, Pastor J?
I've been better. Hey, before we get started, I want to address to our listeners, as of last episode, we changed the intro music to this show.
Well, is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're acting weird, man. What's going on with you?
I'm sort of irritated right now, I think.
Yeah, why's that?
Well, besides the fact that I have to interact with you, there was a notification in the mail today informing you that your grass wasn't within trailer park regulations. I don't know why you don't check your mail, but you need to start checking it.
Well, I'm sorry that I can't please you all the time, Pastor J.
No, Baxter, I'm not mad at you. You cut the grass just fine. I'm just mad at the guy who enforces how high your grass can be. It's fucking stupid.
Let me guess. It's that Captain DJ Scotty Isarok, isn't it?
Yep, I didn't want to say his name, but yeah. Here's the thing, though. This is the fucking desert. For those of you out there who are confused, and if you're a longtime listener of the show, you probably always are, when you live in the desert and a trailer park, spotty patches of grass is the norm unless you're rich and work at McDonald's where you can afford a manicured landscape. To be more specific, we have a square foot of grass on our lawn. Captain DJ is just picking on us because he's a fucking dick.
Well, I have a theory about him, Ashley.
Well, I have a better one, and thanks to my spies around town, I'm 99% sure this is true. Before I get into that, though, let me give you some prime examples of this guy's actions as of late. After that, I'll give you my conclusion. Let's start off with the most recent events and then move backwards. Oh, and this may take a while, so I may have to interrupt myself with a few phone calls as we're first and foremost a live call-in show. Listeners, a few nights ago, Baxter and I were sitting in his room watching the stars from his window.
We were fucking...
What? No, we weren't. We were drinking beers and watching the stars.
No, man, we had our crystal necklaces on and they were glowing.
I don't own a fucking crystal necklace.
Yeah, I got us both a pair when we went to that adult video store. And when we jerk off to each other, they glow with this bright white light. Remember?
Baxter, stop! What the fuck is with you tonight?
And when they glow, it shows that we're bros, man.
Stop. Okay, continuing on. So, Baxter and I were watching the stars from his bedroom window because we're best friends and that's what best friends do. And at some point during the night, I happened to look across the street from us and I noticed Captain DJ digging a hole into the empty lot of where a trailer once stood. I nudged Baxter on the elbow and directed his attention to the new event that was unfolding before our very own eyes. Keep your fucking mouth shut, I whispered to Baxter. He leaned very close to my ear and sighed.
I gotta pee.
I turned my head to face him. almost to where our lips touched. Actually, now that I think about it, they may have touched. Baxter, there are many things that I couldn't possibly care less about in this world. You are number one on that list.
But Pastor J, I'm gonna explode.
He quietly screamed. Then explode. We have more important things to worry about right now. Together, we both looked back towards the empty lot and at the man who was digging his hole. I listened intently. A slight dripping on the floor clued me into the fact that Baxter was in the process of staining his new pair of Daisy Dukes. Outside, I could faintly hear Mrs. Underhill and her son. No, that needs to be erased from my memories. Besides that, the sound of the man's shovel beating into the dirt was the only other thing I could hear. As my eyes adjusted even more to the darkness, I noticed a blue duffel bag a few feet away from Captain DJ. He was mumbling to himself, but I couldn't make out anything he said. I nudged Baxter again. Baxter, do you have that recorder doodad thingy on you? I asked.
I never go anywhere without it, Pastor J.
You never go anywhere, Baxter.
What?
Nothing. I need you to hit record, and then I need you to toss a device in his general direction.
But why?
So we can hear what he's saying. Just trust me.
All right.
Quietly, I opened our window, and Baxter followed my instructions. I want to point out that Baxter usually throws like a third-grade girl, as he lacks upper body strength. But he didn't fail me this time. As Captain Dick Gobbler dug his shovel into the dirt for the last time, the device landed just a few feet away. Folks, it couldn't have gone any smoother. Here's a little snippet of what the audio device captured.
Oh, Anna, why didn't you appear? 'Twas perfect plan of deviant pleasure, so bold on that spring night. My inner felling hot with propension of the new awakening season. Worn wet with inner fear and rapture, my pleasure of entanglement like new vines at night. Oh, Anna, why didn't you appear? Drop of fear fresh spring rain would roll down from your nakedness to send to lofty fever that burns within. In that small world of longing, fear, rapture, and desperation, the game we play fall on devil's ears. Fantasy spring forth, mounts to storm fury, then winter clam at the end. Oh, Anna, why didn't you appear? Alone now in another time span, I lay with sweet enraptured garments across most private thought. Bed of spring moist of grass, clean before the sun, enslaved with control, warm wind scenting the air. Sunlight sparkle tears in eyes so deep and clear. Alone again I trod in past memory of mirrors, and ponder why for number 8 was not. Oh, Anna, why didn't you appear?
Listeners, if you think that's weird, we're not finished yet. It gets worse. But let's take a break and get to our first phone call. I promise we'll come back to this. Baxter, who's up first?
It's shown here that we got a call from a man named Brain.
Are you sure it's not Brian?
No, it says Brain. He told me to say Brain.
Okay. Brain? You're live on air. How can I help you today?
Hey, Pastor J, it's Braid, everyone's favorite atheist. I was just sitting here grilling, and I figured, I'm bored. Why not call up this idiot pastor and disprove God beyond the shadow of doubt and explain how I became an atheist?
Okay, man, go ahead. Prove to me that God isn't real.
Well, it's pretty simple. First off, my grandmother told me that she didn't believe in God anymore because the Americans went to the moon without even encountering heaven. Fact.
I don't know. Is that all you got? I know other countries have done other great things, like North Korea has been to the sun. I'm sure Russia has seen heaven. I'm not convinced.
No, that's just one of thousands of examples of how science has disproven God.
I don't think so. I mean, you gave me...
And if we were made in God's image, why do we have tailbones? Is your God a monkey?
No.
Was he Jet Li in Forbidden Kingdom?
Well, he does know karate.
No, I don't think so.
You know, I'm fully convinced that you actually have nothing for me. You have no way of proving that God doesn't exist.
Please, arguing with you theists is easy. I'm doing this off the top of my head.
All right, then let's hear another argument.
Okay, here's more facts that I know. If God created the sun on the fourth day, how were there even days before that? You literally can't have a day without a sun for the earth to rotate around. You fucktard.
Actually, that's not necessarily true. You don't need the sun to have a day. According to the dictionary, a day is a period of 24 hours as a unit of time, reckoned from one midnight to the next, corresponding to the rotation of the earth on its axis. So if it takes 24 hours for the earth to rotate, with or without a sun, you're still going to have a day. You, sir, live in a fantasy world.
I live in a fantasy. You live in a fantasy world every day. It's called religion.
Brain, what do you like to do? What's your favorite hobby?
Why do you care what I do with my day? Fucking play League of Legends all day, faggot.
So you like to live in virtual fantasy worlds. Let's get back to arguments, shall we?
Fine, I'll get back to arguments. How do you even know that Jesus existed?
For the Bible tells me so. The Bible even says that he rose himself from the dead.
Science has proven that people used to wake up after not being really dead back then. Besides, there is no empirical citations that show Jesus existed outside the Bible.
That's not true. Most books that exist right now mention Jesus in some form or another. Even your own atheist gods write about Jesus in their books. So there's proof right there.
Okay, fine. I'll drop one more knowledge bomb on you. Fact, 75% of pastors are gay. There are numerous studies proving this.
Yeah, well, we like to skirt around some of the definitions in the dictionary. Secular mankind has taken the dictionary and applied meanings to words that shouldn't be applied to those words. We went back. We went old school. Most of the words that we use mean what they did back then. So when we talk about being gay, us pastors, we're actually talking about us being happy, not butt pirates.
Well, I'm also an atheist because someone close to me died, and I don't believe in that bullshit anymore.
Well, people die, Brian. What are you going to do? Just give up? Anytime somebody dies, come on, grow up.
Whatever. Even if you could prove God, which obviously I proved he doesn't exist, I would just stay atheist for all the sex.
What?
Later, bitch tits.
What? Baxter, do you hang up?
Yeah, he's gone.
Let me just say one last thing. If you nab yourself a wife, you can have all the sex you want. So I don't see how being an atheist really helps you out in that regard. Okay, let's continue on with our story. Baxter, where were we?
You played an audio recording of some poem.
Oh, yes. So Captain DJ gets done shoveling. He's finished with his poem, and he just stands there for a few minutes, snapping his fingers and doing jazz hands and shit like that. Of course, Baxter starts unzipping his Daisy Dukes, but I placed my hand on his upper thigh, knowing that he was just nervous about the situation we were in, and placing my hand there would calm him down. That's another thing best friends do for each other, by the way. The sound of something else unzipping pulled my eyes away from Baxter, and when I looked back over to our town creeper, he was digging through his blue duffel bag. We watched as he pulled out tape, saran wrap, a towel, more tape, a camera, and some rags. He laid out the beach towel, and then he laid out his items onto said beach towel. All of the items except for the camera that he set up and aimed towards the shallow grave he had just dug. Over the next 15 to 20 minutes, we watched as he wrapped and taped himself up. Then, like a boss, he fell to the ground and slithered his way into the grave. Shortly thereafter, his camera started to automatically take pictures of him. I was in shock. This motherfucker was making himself look like a corpse wrapped in saran wrap. I had no idea what the intent of the camera was. Maybe he was gonna fake out his friends by showing them those pictures and then claim that it was someone he killed. Maybe he was taking those pictures for his own pleasure. I have no idea. When I looked back over to Baxter, he had his Jimmy Johnson out and was entertaining himself the only way he knew how. I swear, nervousness does some strange shit to people.
Oh, yeah, I was just nervous, for sure.
Want to hear my theory, Baxter?
I guess.
I mean, I could talk all day about this guy's antics, but I think I've said enough. I'm just going to come out with it.
Don't you want to talk about the letters he sends us?
No, those are just minor details. That's not important.
Alrighty, man. What's your theory?
DJ Scotty Isrock is the BTK killer.
What? No way, man. They already caught that guy.
Allegedly. If you remember the guy they caught, Dennis Rader, he was a good Christian church-going man. This guy, though, this guy has been doing all that shit that Dennis Rader was blamed for. Taking corpse pictures of himself, getting all pissy because people's grass was too high, writing stupid fucking poems, torturing old women at a church, etc., ad nauseum.
Yeah, but Dennis Rader confessed to all that stuff.
Yeah, I know, but have you ever heard of a false confession?
Well, sure I have.
Those are real goddamn things.
So, you're telling me that Dennis Rader is serving time for a crime he did not commit, and the real BTK killer is alive and well here in China Lake, California?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
I don't know, man. All the evidence points the other way. I can't side with you on this. Maybe this guy's a copycat.
Maybe this guy's a copycat. Shut the fuck up, Baxter. No one cares what you think.
Love the confidence, man.
Yeah, it's called faith. You should look it up.
That's not a real thing.
Yeah, you're not a real thing.
Oh, true.
Baxter, how are we looking on calls?
We actually have an interesting one here.
Right on. Did you get any information on this person?
Kind of. As soon as I picked up the screen to call the dude, he was already talking.
Wait. The guy was already talking. Like, he was halfway through his story?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I hope it's not who I think it is.
Who's that?
There's a guy I've known since high school who goes by the name of Kelly Hicktub. He was on the wrestling team and he was amazing, but somewhere along the lines, something changed. It could have been the wrestling, it could have been the war, no one knows. Anyway, whenever he speaks or sends Facebook messages or whatever, he always begins his dialogue in the middle of his dialogue. I want to make that clear to you, Baxter, and all the listeners. You did not walk in during the middle of one of his rants where you missed the first half of his story.
Pastor Jay, according to caller ID, it does show that it is Kelly Hicktub.
Alrighty, listeners, meet Kelly Hicktub. Kelly, you're live and on air.
So then he tells me that he's allergic, and I'm like, there's no way you're allergic. You're just playing with 3 of them the other day and nothing happened. Now all of a sudden you're allergic? I don't think so. Then he wants to go to the store and buy me Newports, and I don't smoke Newports. You know I don't smoke Newports. I smoke Coles. It's Coles or nothing. That's the way it's always got to be. I don't know what the hell he thinks he's doing. I don't know why he keeps doing it. It just pisses me off every goddamn time. Anyways, it was good talking to you. This is Kelly. Kelly Hicktub. You still there? You still me? Pastor Jay. Hello. Well, I'm trying.
Well, that was interesting.
Baxter, shut up. Shut the fuck up. If you just stop talking, he'll go away. Is he gone? Baxter, is he gone?
Yeah, he hung up.
Cool. Yeah, there you have it, folks. That was Kelly. Baxter, we got an email from the president of the company who submitted our last ad. I guess we're promoting another product?
Looks that way.
Okay, let me read you folks the email that I got. It says, Pastor Jay, since you didn't seem to take our last product seriously, I have submitted another wonderful product ad for your consideration. We think that you of all people would appreciate the need for this service. May you not burn in hell for all eternity. Reverend Jimmy Jameson Jr. Okie dokie, Jimmy Jameson Jr. Thank you for wishing that I don't burn in hell. That's pretty nice of you. You're one of the few who holds that sentiment, by the way. Baxter, cue the music. Are you wanting to be a righteous man of God? Are you missing out on the benefits of knowing the throbbing, everlasting love of Jesus? Is your flesh weak, but the spirit willing? Do you want to be more attractive to your child bearer? Our Christian scientists over at God's Everlasting Love believe that after age 30, the body decreases in the chemical loving created by God because of an increase in homosexual sin production. This makes the male member weak, shameful, and less desirable to your female property. Let me proudly introduce God's Everlasting Love Penis Enhancement Pills. With God's Everlasting Love Penis Enhancement Pills, you can make use of your property 24/7. No longer will you have to wait for the right time or the right mood to fulfill your wife's place in the world. We here at God's Everlasting Love have discovered, through passages in the Bible, that only through tithing, prayer, and our blend of all natural herbs and spices in a pill form can you achieve a rock-hard erection for the Lord.
Pastor Jay, we have one last call to get to.
Okay, cool. Before we get to that, though, Edgar sent us another recipe for all of us to enjoy. Listeners, I know I gave you all a recipe last week, and I asked for your opinions on whether or not you liked it, but none of you have written in so far. I'm assuming it's either because you haven't tried it yet, or you're part of the group of residents who passed away this past week due to the rare form of the plague that passed through our town. Either way, let us know. Feedback is very important. Also, if you have your own recipe to submit, our email is knowthetruth@gmail.com. That's KONW, the TRUT, all one word, @gmail.com. All right, let's see here. This week's recipe. Again, this is from Edgar Watson. This one is called the Obama BS Slider. It starts off with 2 dried cow patties from a large bull. Bulls have more testosterone, therefore bull patties are more manly. That's what I'm guessing. Next, you have to hunt down and kill a wild male pig with your AR-15. Then harvest the bacon and the balls. I guess the note here says, since Obama is a gay Muslim, he will hate both. Okay. After that, cook the bacon and the balls until the balls start to swell. When all of that is finished to your liking, wrap the balls with bacon and place on a bull patty. Add some wild mushrooms, top it with a mud mask, and add the other bull patty. Folks, I can attest to this amazing meal. It's a little gamey and a little more grainy than I like, but overall, after consuming this feast, I feel like I can punch holes through the walls that stand between myself and the girls' locker room at the local gym. Alrighty, Baxter, let's get to that last call.
Right on. This last call is from Sam. Seems like a really good dude.
Okay, Sam, you're live and on air. How can I help you tonight?
Hey, Pastor Jay, this is Sam calling from Inyakern. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good tonight. How are you doing?
Things totally suck over here. We're even starting to see some of those coyote cats migrate this way. Yeah. Hey, while I'm on the subject, you know how they say nature hates a vacuum? Well, I guess because cats are howling so much now, the rattlesnakes are starting to sound like kittens to make up for the deficit in meows?
Get the fuck out of here.
Truth. Weirdest thing you ever seen, a ticked off rattlesnake shaking his tail and going, ew, ew. So just be careful, because you think you hear a cat, it might be poisonous.
Well, yeah, all cats are poisonous. Everyone knows that. Did you have a question?
Sorry. Yeah, I'm calling in because I have a question for Baxter.
Wait, no. Baxter isn't here to answer questions. He's here to screen calls. If you have a question, ask me.
I know. You're awesome and all, Pastor Jay. But I just think Baxter is a little more qualified to help me.
I guess, man.
But just take a second, Pastor, promise.
Yep, fine. Baxter, you want to help this guy out?
Yeah, sure thing, Pastor Jay. Oh, Sam, this is Baxter. How can I help you?
Hey, Baxter.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing tonight?
Baxter, I've been a Christian my whole life, and up until a few months ago, I always felt the presence of God with me when I prayed to him. But
yeah, you should still
lately,
feel the presence of God. If
Jay,
not, you have Satan on.
Pastor Jay.
Yeah, what?
I'm asking a question over here.
Okay, sorry.
Pastor Jay.
What?
I'm trying to have a brief conversation with Baxter.
Okay. I just feel I may be more qualified than Baxter to help you with this problem.
I've probably done that now. If you'd let me finish.
Okay.
Do you mind?
Yeah, no, I don't.
Pastor Jay,
Yes,
Pastor
I
Jay,
guess.
shut the fuck up so I can answer this guy's
Okay.
question.
Thank
Okay.
you, Baxter.
Yeah, no problem, man.
So I was saying, over the past few months, I don't know. I just don't have that same feeling, that certainty that Jesus is by my side. What am I doing wrong, Baxter?
Sam, let me ask you a question. Do you trust me?
Yeah?
Do you really trust me?
Uh-huh.
All right, just give me 1 second. All right, I just muted Pastor Jay's mic. Can you still hear me?
Yeah?
All right. Sam, you don't feel God because God doesn't exist.
Wow.
Right?
Thank you so much for that, Baxter.
Yeah, no problem. It's pretty fucking simple, isn't it?
I really think that'll help shorten my face. Wow. I can't thank you enough, bro.
Yeah, no problem. Let me go ahead and unmute Pastor Jay's mic in case you have one last thing you want to say to him.
Thanks. Oh, Pastor Jay?
Yeah, what's up?
I love your profile pic on Grindr, man.
Oh, fuck.
All right, thanks, guys. Bye.
Yeah. Hey, Baxter, did you notice anything wrong with the mics or nothing like that? We didn't drop out, did we?
No, man. Everything went went fine. Everything was good. I answered his question, and he's doing good. So yeah, good call.
Baxter, do you just want to do the show?
Actually, that doesn't seem like a bad idea.
Go fuck yourself. You're never going to have this show. You can barely tie your own shoes.
Bitch, you wear Velcro.
Because it's convenient.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, folks. That's it for us tonight. You can reach us via email, Facebook, Twitter, Vines, Instagram, YouTube, Patreon, Spreaker, Stitcher, and iTunes. When you search for us, just type in the search bar, Know the Truth. That's KONW, the TRUT. Alternatively, you can just click on the links provided in the show notes and you will be directed to us via whatever platform you choose to use. Of course, for the purposes of the show, call our number at 512-956-8788 or 512-956-TRUT. Again, that's TRUT, TRUT. The music for this podcast was written and produced by me, and you can find everything I've created over at aloststateofmind.com, all one word, or aloststateofmind.bandcamp.com. I'd like to give a special thanks to Lucy D for story editing, to James Templeton for giving me some awesome random ideas, and to Edgar Watson for this week's recipe. Of course, it would also be very remiss of me if I didn't give a shout out to all of you who choose to take the time out of your day to call our voicemail line and join us in our wackiness. You are what makes this show so special and funny. Lastly, to Jeremy Stevens and Jay Crowfoot, thanks for helping me realize that my emotions aren't real and that my feelings are things that cats imagine when they think of devouring human souls. As always, in a world of magic and make pretend, anything is possible. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Sleep easy.